Hello and welcome back, beautiful Capricorns. Thank you everyone so much for all your beautiful comments. I appreciate each and every one of them. Thanks so very much, guys. Thank you for liking the video, for subscribing to the channel, and welcome to all you new subscribers here. I've got new decks today, guys, and if we keep getting the same messages, Capricorn, I don't know what to do. Capricorn, let's pull on the oracles for Capricorn. Capricorn keeps talking about your love life daily. Your money, your love life is doing well. Things are coming into alignment, Capricorn. Capricorn messages. Capricorn messages. Softly, softly, the tender touch. Oh my Lord, a legacy of light. What do you feel? Releasing allegiances. In the world, but not of the world. That's why. The word wants to be written. Some of you are being called to write. Some of you are being asked. The word wants to be written. You're in the world, but not of the world. Softly, softly, the tender touch. That's the empath energy. What do you feel? It's like weighing something out, like apples and oranges. You have a legacy of light. Releasing allegiances. Who are you going to be loyal to? Because you're in the world, but not of it. You have a legacy of light, and the word wants to be written. Somebody is weighing something out, comparing something here, but Spirit is saying you got to release some kind of allegiance. You know, it could be a head over heart decision. You are softly, softly. This is tears, the tender touch. So there is something that you're weighing out that you want to give up. You have a legacy of light to follow. You're in the world, but you're not of it. Something wants to be written. The word wants to be written. Some of you could be deciding whether or not that's the written word. Who do I be loyal to? Do I be loyal to myself and follow my light? Or do I be loyal to what others want? Comparing things, weighing something out. The word wants to be written. Because it's like you're in the world, but you're not of the world. You're of the light. You have a legacy of light to follow, and the word wants to be written. Capricorn energy. It's comparing something, apples and oranges. You got to release some kind of allegiance. It's made you sad, but you have a legacy of light to follow. And the word wants to be written. Holy man, intuition. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what is needed. You're of the light. It's limitless. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. Liberation. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. You don't believe anymore that they're you. The doubts and fears still come up. Your path. Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. You have a legacy of light to follow. You're in the world, but you're not of the world. Your intuition, things are limitless to you. So you're weighing out a decision. Who to form an alliance with or allegiance to, or maybe that you feel like you would have to give something up because you feel an allegiance to something. But it's your path alone. It's like the doubts and the fears still come up to you. Don't believe, you may not believe anymore that they're even yours. Your own fears, your own thoughts. Help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and my illusions. Change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come up to a sacred crossroad in your own evolution. It's who do you be? Who do you form allegiance to? Yourself or to what's true to you? And you may be allowing your fears, your doubts to confuse you. It's your path. You have a legacy of light, and the word wants to be written. What do you feel? The doubts and fears that still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. See yourself open to receive the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone to liberate you, to put you on your path. Don't let your fears and your doubts confuse you. The wastelands. Sustainability, slow down, tend to your garden. It's making a choice. Who do you form an allegiance to, yourself or to others? The rose thread, the inner call, soul-led, the mystic, living courageously. After the rain, there's a silver lining, relief, hope, and mercy. It's over. Acceptance. Rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, and the sweetness of life. Don't doubt, don't fear, because it's like the universe is telling you that you have a legacy of light to follow. You're in the world, but not of it. You think beyond. Don't let your doubts and fears sway you. It's about sustainability. Slow down. Tend to your garden. Tend to yourself. But you feel an allegiance to other people or other things and not tending to your own garden. Maybe you need to slow down. Liberate yourself. You have, the word wants to be written. Maybe you're trying to write a book. Maybe you're trying to find your path. Maybe you're trying to do something and follow your path. But it's almost like everyone around you or people around you, you feel an allegiance to before yourself. You need to surrender allegiances, obligations, feeling obligated. It's been a lot of tears. You're a tender heart. You know what I mean? Standing in your true authentic self, having to maybe liberate yourself. Making yourself a priority. It's the leap of faith. Love. We have a King of Swords, a Queen of Swords. This is higher learning, or it could be education. It could be learning, higher learning, or learning a lesson. Or it could be about a love commitment. Do I stay or do I go? I don't know. It's a choice to make. Don't allow your doubts and your fears to confuse you. Don't allow your mind to confuse you. Thoughts, negative thinking, fears, doubts to confuse you. There is love here. There is maybe making a decision in love. Maybe it's wounds from the past. Being guarded, being protective. Maybe you are protecting your love or protecting your children. A passionate new beginning in love. Being at a crossroads. Having to decide. That's a victory, that's an allegiance, the truth. The truth. We have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, we have the King and Queen of Swords. Now, who do I form an allegiance to? Don't allow your doubts and your fears to cloud your vision. speak your truth. You may have to sever an allegiance. It's this lack, feeling in lack. Maybe something is putting you in that lack, feeling a sense of lack. Maybe you don't want to put somebody out in the cold. Maybe you're thinking, I got to put somebody out in the cold, but you're allowing doubt and fears to cloud your vision. Or you're thinking that somebody is allowing doubts and fears. That's a consciousness of lack. This is abandonment. This is do I end a situation? Do I transform? Maybe something you've had to surrender and cut somebody out of your life. Trusting your intuition. Who are you going to serve? Yourself or the allegiances that you make or feel like you should make. Don't allow your doubts and your fears. The words want to be written. Maybe you got to write a letter to somebody. Maybe you've written a letter to somebody. The word wants to be written. Someone's got to face their fears. It's like allowing fear and doubt to confuse you. The word wants to be written. Some kind of fear here. Somebody's got to face their fears. What's going on here? Tend to your own garden. This could be to do with you actually what you do for work. Maybe you need to write something down. Maybe the word is waiting to be written here. Where do you put your time and energy in? Tend to your own garden. Somebody is thinking of manifesting something, is soul searching, doing a lot of thinking and soul searching. Maybe the word needs to be written. Maybe somebody's afraid to talk. Maybe somebody's afraid to manifest communication. Write it down. The word is waiting to be written. The Wheel of Fortune. Maybe someone is afraid to communicate, needs to write it down. Manifesting change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. Change. This is manifesting change. Maybe something needs to change before you can write something down and make a decision. It's like wish fulfillment. Damn, that's that softly, softly, the tender touch. You're very emotional and might be very emotional. So maybe that's why somebody wants to write it down. It's too emotional. Or maybe you need to write something down and get your emotions onto paper. Change. The word wants to be written. The rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, and the sweetness of life. It's sad, but you want change. What's going on? See? Very nurturing, very loving. You could be very emotional. Maybe you should put your emotions down on paper. Maybe you should be writing a book, writing a chapter, writing a novel, writing something down. You're highly intuitive here. But don't allow your fears and your doubts. Maybe you're torn between an allegiance. You know what I mean? Doing a lot of thinking, tending to your own garden. Maybe you have a lot of duties or responsibilities and you need to tend to your own garden. And maybe it's becoming very emotional or making you emotional because you are very loving and nurturing and you have to write something down on paper. Maybe someone's afraid to communicate. Maybe someone's afraid to cut an allegiance out of their life in fear that it's going to cause sadness. Write it down on paper. It's like weighing out the pros and the cons. You have a right to joy. You have a right to peace, sweetness, and life. Could be choosing a love relationship or someone that's very close to you. Maybe maybe they want to write it down how they feel. Maybe they're scared to talk about it, so they write. Maybe someone is a natural light worker and needs to write their feelings and emotions down. This is making a decision. Change. Somebody is manifesting change, manifesting a love situation or a partnership, taking leadership, someone very passionate. What's going on? See? Sees you as very loyal, dedicated, sweet, loving, generous. And somebody could be holding on to you or holding back their emotions because they're afraid to communicate. They may want to write it down. Wanting balance, things in balance. This is truth. This is being balanced. Someone is holding on to someone very truthful, very balanced. Someone's passionate about you. Yeah. They sit here hoping and wishing. A story wants to be written. A word wants to be written. Somebody could be writing to you, writing down their emotions and their feelings because they struggle. You know, they keep everything in. They may find that it's easier to write their feelings down and communicate through word, written word, hoping and wishing. So now we have King and Queen of Pentacles. Karma is here. You're getting good fortune. It's meant to be. It's being of this world, but not of the world. I knew that was going to happen. Being of the world, but not of the world. This is a light being. This is a destined. Something is destined here. You are of the light. And it's telling you you're in the world, but not of the world. Good karma is coming to this energy, and it's like, damn, somebody is waiting here for a legacy of light. Waiting for a legacy. Universe is saying that they're putting people on your path, that they can use anything and anyone for you to manifest your goals, your joy, your happiness. You're of the world, but not of the world. You have a legacy of light. This is someone divinely guided. This is someone who needs to tend to their own garden, to bring something into fruition that they have been waiting for, and it could be by the written word. A legacy of light, divinely guided on your path. Universe will use anyone and anything to bring this into fruition. Don't doubt, don't fear. You have a legacy of light. This is a legacy, divinely guided. You're of the world, but not of the world. Maybe you are a star seed. You have a legacy of light to bring to the world. It's the written word. The word wants to be written. Maybe that is your path. Maybe that is what this message is. Maybe this is what is bringing you in a legacy. Your truth, your intuition, your manifestations. Don't allow your doubts and your fears to get you off your path. It is meant to be written. You are a legacy of light. You deserve the right to your joy, your peace, and the sweetness of life. Don't allow your fears and your doubts to keep you from your destiny, your legacy, your happiness, your joy. Whoa. Damn, look at this. Whatever you are working on, you're going to have the sweetness and the victory of the Ten of Cups. Take leadership. Be confident in your legacy. Don't allow doubt and confusion to alter your path and cause a downfall. Even when you have a downfall, Spirit is saying they're going to put anything and anyone on your path to help you achieve your legacy. Damn. Don't allow your fears. Keep moving forward. You're more powerful than what you think. And like somebody could be coming toward you. Or you could be going towards someone. Someone is on your path to help you. Damn. It's an emperor. Who sees you as very loving and nurturing. Don't allow your fears and your doubts as somebody wants to come charging in. Oh. You're gonna, yes. So if somebody was dealing with a sneaky person, you may have had to sign an allegiance with, or you have had to speak the written word to this person. I don't know. A friend. Someone wants to reach out to you who you have separated with, or there's been a time of healing. It's like a friend is coming toward you. Who is your soulmate? Who may have caused you a lot of pain and drama. The ego, the human ego, walking away, making a decision to walk away. It's like your path is being divinely guided here. You're being protected. Someone is protecting your path. It could be a father energy, or someone very loving is on your path here, is going to be presenting you an offer and has to weigh the pros and the cons out because somebody is going to be hurt here. And somebody is looking at, damn, there could be a marriage here. Maybe somebody was immature. I don't know. Heavily burdened, bringing you burdens. Burdened financially? What's this? Somebody is coming toward you. Oh. Someone's very guarded, defensive. Could be blocked communication here. Worried, stressed out that somebody is going to block communication somehow or defend their actions somehow. That's why they might be sending you some kind of written message. Don't allow your fears and your doubts to keep you from getting the sweetness of life. You have a right to your peace and your joy, and you may have had to form an allegiance, you know, with making a decision to tend to your own garden and block communication from somebody who is stressing you out. Damned. Somebody might be coming toward you heavily burdened with finances is checking to see if you have blocked communication. They're worried that you have blocked them. Somebody wants to write you a message because they're afraid to talk to you. They might be afraid to communicate to you because you may have blocked them, or they may have blocked you. Take it as it resonates. The written word, the word wants to be written. That's what this is. The word wants to be written. And there could be no communication or block communication, or you are resisting communication, or they are resisting communication. Spirit is saying, don't allow your fears and your doubts to confuse you, because the universe is going to put anything and anyone on your path to assist you. Interesting. Somebody wants to communicate, and you like fears and doubts. Maybe they think that you're going to reject any kind of communication. Maybe you have blocked communication with someone. It's about writing it down. You deserve to have your peace, your joy, and the sweetness of life. So maybe you've had to block communications with someone, or maybe they're asking you to unblock them because they would like to communicate with you. It's going to be up to you to weigh it out. It's going to be your decision whether you communicate or whether you don't. But the important message is, don't allow your fears or your doubts to keep you from, you're living courageously. You're being soul-led. You are the mystic. Tend to your garden. Sustainability. Slow down. It's feeling like everything you do is going to waste. It's not going to waste. Your ideas are limitless. Follow your intuition. Liberate your mind and yourself. The doubts and the fears are still coming up. You don't believe in anymore that they're you. Trust, there's a plan. Plan beyond what I can see through my fears and my illusions. So know whether it is your fear or your doubt that is keeping you from whatever it is you're trying to achieve here. Releasing allegiances, things that are not for your higher good, making, weighing out the pros and the cons, you know, comparing apples to oranges here. Should I or shouldn't I? Should I stay? Should I go? Should I do this? Should I not do this? You're in the world, but you're not of it. You have a higher mission. You have a legacy of light to fulfill. Softly, softly, the tender touch, tears, emotions. Don't allow your fears and your doubt to keep you from joy, happiness, and peace that you deserve. The word wants to be written. Maybe somebody wants to write to you, or you need to write, or maybe this is your legacy, is of writing. Writing down your emotions, writing down your fears. But I do believe it's somebody wanting to communicate, but is afraid or is afraid to communicate because they think that you will block them or vice versa. Don't allow your fears and your doubts to sway you or to confuse you. The word wants to be written. So special message today, guys. Take it as it resonates to your situation. The only allegiance you have is to you, your inner calling, your inner soul, and you have the legacy of light behind you. It's your divine path. It is your decision. Don't allow other people to confuse you, put doubt in your mind, put fears in your mind. You may have had to block people. You may have had to form an allegiance to yourself and to your spirit guides to get this legacy of light. Take care.